Joining us now, Darian Cruz of Lehigh, 125-pound national champion. We'll start with an opening statement from Darian about his match tonight, and then we'll take questions from there, please.
I mean, not a lot to say. I'm so happy and so blessed to be here. I work my tail off day in and day out, and it finally feels good to have it pay off. And another thing I'm really happy about is that I made a Lehigh community. My parents, my family, my friends, my coach is so proud, and I think that's the biggest thing to having success. Having a drive, and those all those people are my drive. So, thank you.
You're in the top half of the bracket with Gilman,
Yeah.
And Gilman had really dominated everybody all year. He had the hiccup with Lezak, but comes back and crushes Lezak in the third period. You're a scrappy Lehigh Valley guy. Obviously Lezak, he's a scrappy Lehigh Valley guy. You knocked Gilman off. Was there any doubt you couldn't win and knock off your fellow Lehigh Valley guy?
There's always doubt. You know what I mean? To be honest, I think you're crazy if you're not saying you have any doubt. I think you can have doubt, but that's got to turn into, you got to mold into confidence. You got to use doubt to grow, and I definitely had doubt. The kid's tough. The kid whooped my butt at scuffle, and he just beat me up on the mat. And, so of course there's a lot of doubt, and I think you need that to have drive, and you got to be a little bit scared and nervous, to dig deep and push yourself. So yeah, of course there's a little bit of doubt.
Darren, could you explain a little bit more of that roll-through finish you did on the leg?
Yeah.
Got that key takedown? Because I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, to be honest, I was wrestling with Randy, my brother, and he's real long, and he made it up, I think. I've never seen anyone else do it, but he showed it to me probably last year, and he's really long, so he reaches across with his arm and rolls through. I'm shorter, so I play with it in the room. I reach across with my leg, and I reached my leg out first to see if he was going to grab and try to Jonesy me, and he didn't. So I'm like, all right, let me try this move out. And I rolled and kept my leg blocking it, so then when we came up, it wasn't too far for my arm to reach. So I can reach down and touch my toes. If his leg's further than that, I can't reach it, and I knew he was long. So, we ended up on top, and that's all I can describe it as, just a roll through, I guess. I don't know.
Darren, you've wrestled on a lot of big stages, the PA State Finals, Dapper Dan. What was it like to wrestle in this type of environment in front of all these fans and the crowd?
To be honest, it was, I was ready for it. I was mentally and physically ready for it, and I was more nervous, to be honest, for my semis match, this national championship brings a whole different type of nerves. There's so many people, and they're all watching, literally just you and some other kid, fight for the title, and then, I try to just dumb it down, wrestle this kid plenty of times, and every time I go out, no matter what I'm thinking about, before I shake the kid's hand, in my head, I think, he takes me down, so I get out, I felt what he's got, and now I get to my offense. I think worst case scenario, he takes me down, and I'm cool with it. All right, he takes me down, I get out, I go out and score points and do what I do best, so that's about it.
Darian, did the match follow the way that you wanted it to, strategy-wise? I mean, it seemed like you kept the match on your feet. He didn't ever get on top. He didn't take top. Did it go the way that you kind of drew it up in your mind?
Yeah. We drew up some scenarios, and that was one of them. He gets choice, and I thought right away he was going to pick top. And I guarantee in the third period, if the score is what it was, then he probably goes top and tries to turn me. But we drew up as the coaches and I many scenarios, and you just gotta prep for all of them, and be ready. But end of the line, Coach Pat just said, "Hey, just wrestle. Just out wrestle this kid, and have fun." Like at the last second, just threw the strategies out the window and just dumbed it down, and really stuck to the base and just said, just wrestle like you know how to wrestle. You've wrestled a lot of tough matches, and it's just another one.
Darian, a lot has been made about the fact that you're wrestling a local kid that you're doing. For those who are not from the Lehigh Valley, explain what it's like where someone can find scores when you wrestled as a kid. And what is the connection with the university there?
I District 11, Lehigh Valley is, I mean, I get kids from other states and parts of the country come to Lehigh University, and they always ask me, hey, what's the 11, what's the Lehigh Valley, and other kids that are on my team, like my brother and Luke Harum, and it's just a family no matter what. Where you're competing in high school, but it's a culture. We stay friends growing up, and that's I think why D11 is so tough and successful. Is that we push each other and grow as a culture, and we don't stay away from each other because we're competitors. We work out. I mean, me and Lizak worked out plenty of times for Weaver League Wrestling Club, coached by Bobby Weaver and my dad. And day in and day, I remember going up to Parkland, and we were real little and wrestling with Lizak. Just because it's a culture out there, and I love sharing it with new kids on the team and bringing them sometimes some high school matches, and I can't emphasize enough how like the culture of it and the family bond that all of us share when we go out, like when we go on to better and bigger things. You know what I mean? It's just like a family experience.
Final question, please.
Darian, you stayed home for college.
Yeah.
Your school here has a wonderful tradition of champions, and now you're one of them.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. I mean, you knew when you went to Lehigh how much wrestling means there.
To be honest, that was the biggest thing I was kind of nervous about. It's being, because we kind of have like a Hall of Champions, when we walk into the Caruso complex, donated by Mike Caruso, and there's the national champs on the left, All-Americans on the right, and you never know when you're going to be on the big stage ever again. You know what I mean? Whether it's health, whether it's tough losses, but you never know. So honestly, I think that's what drove me a lot. I want to leave my imprint on that university history, and it's funny. I saw Zach Bray right before I came here to compete, and he's the last one on the wall. So I think the tradition is just a huge background, a huge push, for big moments like this. And our alumni are so deep, and they support so much that they make you want to go out and have success for them. So I think that's what makes the program so tough and so rich and so good, and just because it's like the Lehigh Valley, it's a family bond culture thing.
That'll do it for Darian Cruz. Thank you.
Thank you so much.